Hello and welcome to Better Together. Thank you for joining us. My name is Tony.
And I am Kimberly.
All right. Today we're going to be talking about setting goals.
Ooh. Okay, so tell me, let me ask you this question. How important or how necessary is setting goals?
You know, when it comes to every aspect of relationship, whether it's your marital goals, whether it's your child rearing goals, what are the points? It is absolutely, I believe, I think it's crucial to set goals in order to grow. Goals help us grow together, not just grow, but they give us a general direction to grow. And I think it is an incredible relational enhancement.
Okay, so I think some goals that you might want to consider setting would be what, like financial goals?
Financial goals.
How about marital goals?
Relational
goals in regards to you and I, and maybe.
Let me give you an example of a marital relational goal between Kim and I. And if you know us and you've seen any of this, maybe you've heard this before, but my goal for our marriage concerning Kim is to work with God to help her become the absolute best that she can be. Now that's my goal, and I hope her goal is the same, to work with God to help me become the best that I can possibly be.
That would be correct.
Yeah,
our goals are similar in that.
So think about that, and think about the multitude of different ways that will affect your attitude relationally. It means that bad things that happen, I turn her to Jesus. She points me to Jesus. We bring that correction because we understand the direction.
Okay, so what is one goal that we have set that we have accomplished, still accomplished, maybe have fallen short of?
Easy. This is huge. And you'll attest to this one. I think it's the most obvious for us. When we were married, we came into debt. I come into the relationship, I had debt. I've learned a lot since then.
You mean I married you with debt?
You did.
Oh my
you did.
What was I thinking?
You were thinking that I made enough money that you thought you could manage it to get out of debt. Anyway, so we needed very early on to set some goals, and we wanted to be out of debt. Let me just give you something about goals that is absolutely important. A goal has to be worth it. Let me tell you why. If the goal is not big enough and worth it, when you run into adversity, you know what you're going to do? You're going to just say, you know what? Because the only thing that's going to keep you moving towards that goal is the power of that goal.
That's good. And I remember one. So we were newly married. Well, not newly married, because now enter child. So we were newly married with just one child. And I remember we were going to this church or whatever, and they had this financial class, and now mind you, this is something like offhand or novel. Hey, you should probably consider taking a finance class in high school.
Right.
That might actually help you in your marriage and in your future. But needless to say, I remember you saying, well, I think that you're better at managing the finances. Like, I'm good to make the money, but I think, because we'd been married a few years, that you are showing that you are a better manager of the money that I bring in. So with that being said, do you remember I think she was like 6 months old, not even 6 months old. She's probably weeks old,
right.
Months at most. And you sent me to this class, and you were like, go to this class. I'll stay home and I'll stay home with her, but learn everything you can, and then let's apply that.
Well, so think about that. Goals help you recognize, refine, and grow in your gifts. And when you set a goal, then all of a sudden Kim's looking at, and I have to look objectively at her strengths and her abilities to help us meet that goal, and then say, you know what, I'll watch the kids. I'm going to enhance your ability to do so. And there may be times when there were things strengths that I brought to the table that were necessary. The motivation for us when it comes to that financial goal was simple. The word says, owe no man but to love them. We wanted the freedom that being debt-free afforded, and we understood that if we did not set a goal, then we would never create a plan that would help us reach that goal.
Right.
So some of the unintended effects of that were that we did discover strengths and weaknesses, and we did learn to work together better as a team.
And so then that would lead into, one of the goals was, get out of debt, but then we came into agreement.
Agreement, absolutely. Very often the destruction of a relationship or the loss or the missing of a goal is because of the division that comes in as a result of disagreement. So that's why I say on the front end, when you're deciding that goal, decide, number one, is it worth it? Is it something that you want to undertake? Two, commit to unity. What does unity look like? It means that you're in agreement on how you're going to reach that goal. Now, within the context of that struggle, it was tough for you and I because we had different ideas on how to get out of debt. Kim was like, okay, eat ramen noodles and sardines every day for the rest of our lives until we're out of debt.
Right. Let's turn off the lights. Let's just, stay home forever.
And so that is one way of doing it. But
deny yourself.
Yeah. So we quickly learned that you can either cut or you can make more. Well, reality is you can only cut so much, especially when you have children and you have needs. You can't cut what you don't have.
Yeah.
So, also the idea of just make more money doesn't work either, because if you're not disciplined, you're going to make more money, but you're also going to just spend that more money or spend the excess money that you have and find yourself just in the same boat. So what are some of the growth aspects from having goals in a marriage concerning your children or finances or family? What are some of the personal growth aspects that people can look forward to by setting and reaching and accomplishing goals?
I would say the production, the results of being productive.
Yeah, what growth occurs as a result of having goals? Because a lot of you, maybe you're there and you're going, you know what, I don't really have any goals. I want to retire and die, or I want my children to leave home. Well, setting goals promotes growth and intentionality. What are some of the growth aspects that we've experienced?
Okay, so I would say you mentioned earlier that one of your goals for me is to see me be everything that God has called me to be. And I would say the same,
right?
For me and you. So I think that fosters trust, but not only that, it fosters excitement to see into the future, to look forward to the future, and to see everything that God has in store for us. It's never stale or stagnant or boring.
So to be able to dream,
yes,
and to be able to walk in faith and trust God, and to be able to, and this is important, to be able to relationally look beyond the now. When you set a goal of having a better relationship in a month than you have right now, and you do those things that will take you to that goal intentionally and in agreement, one of the growth aspects is that you're going to learn about you. You're going to learn about what your deficits are. And, we do a lot of teaching, and we'll continue to do teaching on personalities and the differences, because Kim and I have some personality differences, but we also have some similarities.
Which you can probably already tell just by watching.
Yeah,
we are very similar in lots of ways.
Yeah, but when you grow in the understanding of you and you grow in the understanding of the other person, because I have people come to me all the time and they say, well, we have communication issues. No, basically you have perception issues. Very often you're perceiving things differently. So the conversation and everything else is not conducive to good communication because of bad perceptions of yourself, of each other, or of the situations and circumstances.
So a personal goal of mine is I do desire to be a better keeper of the home.
Okay.
I know that is probably old fashioned in our current culture today, but I do want people to come to our home and feel comfortable, but more than that, I want our kids and you to feel love. That's a way I can express love. So I do have that goal. And so the house isn't going to clean itself. I do have to prioritize, put down the phone or something else that's distracting me from getting the goal done.
So think about it this way. Setting goals, making plans for setting goals, turns intentions into reality. Goals turn intentions into reality, whether it's relational, it's communicational, or whether it's financial, or whether it's child raising. So I want to encourage you, we want to encourage you, set goals, promote unity, foster utilizing the benefits and the abilities that are within the context of your relationship. And you can do this as a single person, as a married person, with children, without children. Listen, if you've enjoyed this content, we want to encourage you to like and to share and to subscribe.
Yes.
Get this word out. out. Our families are under attack. We need wisdom and insight and help. And listen to what we've said.